Today we are going to make a video using a web-based video editor called ClipChamp. And this is because many of you do not have an iPad or iMovie on your computer. So this is a free program. I'm going to say try it for free. So I'm just going to click that button like that. And it's asking me what do I want to do. It's going to ask you to create a video, or it obviously wants you to upgrade your plan and not do this for free. You can see down here you could actually install an app, which would make things go a lot faster than not doing that. The first thing you're seeing here is what format do we want to use. I'm going to go with widescreen. This is what we would use if we were actually working with iMovie. And if you've used iMovie, this is going to look pretty similar to you. So the first thing you're going to notice, again, we have the column on the left side. We need to add media, or the media if we just want to find media. We have a text tool. We have an overlay, backgrounds, transitions. So I'll show you how we can work with that. Apparently we can record with the webcam and the screen and do a voiceover. So I may do that in another demo. So if I browse my files, I'm going to just click on that, and on my desktop I have saved some files, and these files have to do with Eldridge Park. Well, I hope I've given this enough time for the materials to download. So I could say that I want that, and it's telling me to relink the entire folder, and I do want to do that. So I should just go back in and just say yes, I want to upload. And it says it will. And I say, yes, I trust this site, and so now it's uploading for me. So I'll have those little pieces of video and then my two images. What I think I will do is start with the video itself, so I'm just going to bring it down into the timeline. So you can see I've just dragged it straight into the timeline, and we can watch it. I'm pressing my space bar to make that go, but I could just use this as well. Which is a stop and start button. This will take us all the way back to the beginning. This is just a couple frames. So I could start, if I wanted, with a picture of, and any of you who've gone to Eldridge Park, probably you know exactly what we're looking at here. We're looking at the boats, and it says we could resize it and move it. And so I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to make it be a little bigger so that it fills up the frame. So let me see if I can do that. This is the first time I've used this program, actually, so I'm learning as I'm going along. I can also put in a title that says Eldridge Park. So I have a lot of different ways I could do that title. Now this one is actually called title, is like it's a tidal wave. So we'll just do a plus on that, and you can see that it's got a blank screen. So any of the black ones I think will be just black. And if I want to change that text, I'll say visit Eldridge if I spell it right, Park. And I can transform that as well. I'll put that high up. And maybe I want to change the color. Instead of white, let's just see how it would look if it were black. Maybe I want it to be something like blue. Maybe find something good here. I don't know, maybe it's not going to show up so well there. Maybe red. Well, we'll just go with that. The other thing that I can do with the picture down here, and I can shorten this if I want. I just moving that. I could make the picture with a filter. Have this picture, this is selected. So because that's selected, I think what I'm going to do is pick the blur filter. And if I do that, I might be able to have that text show up a little bit better. Glass might even be a good thing to do. Well, I think I like blur. So I'm going to go back to blur because that will give us the idea that there are dragons there. But then I'm going to go back to my text now, so I have to select that box, and again I want that to be a different color, I think, than the black. And I could even try a different font as well. So when I go into the text, I could maybe try a font that's a little bit thicker. Okay, so what you see is I've changed the font, Visit Eldridge Park. I went back to black, and I'm just going to go with that. So what I have right now is if I were to watch this, we would just see that come up with the text on it. It should show it to us. It's probably rendering it. In between these two, we can actually put what's called a transition if we would like to do that. So I can either come up here and say I want to fade, that I could fade into that, or I could fade out. That's one way you can actually do a transition. Or you can also go to this icon down here where it says transition, and you can use any of these fancy kinds of transitions. So I'm going to go up here and use the most simple one, which is a crossfade, and I'll just stick it right in between there like that. So if I were to watch this now, I would click my space bar, and it's not really showing me this very well. But I do have the clouds here are moving. You're going to have to take my word for it. You're not able to see it. One of the things a computer will do is to save memory is it won't actually render correctly for you. So you can see it's got a little bit of a motion now because I've given it the time that it can render. So I'm going to stop that, and then in this particular clip is the one that I'm going to fade, and I'm going to fade it out. And I'm going to fade it out just like that. So Visit Eldridge Park, and then we could put another title at the end that we might just say, and I think I did that with that title. So it's good always, to use the same font. And I would like that to go all the way to the very end here. And if I did that, I could just write it in and say the end. Now, I'm not really wanting to say that, but maybe what I would do is just put my name. Okay, so I just put Jan, if I can get it to type, Jan Cather, and then 2020. Okay, and I could use that other font, but I think what I'll do is just go ahead and leave that at this particular font that I originally had. And I'm just going to say we'll go with that. The transforming, we could make the size of that a little bit smaller, so I think that's better. So now I'm going to export that. So I'm just going to hit that purple button right up there, and I want the free one, right? So it's going to be 480 and the default, and it's it's going to tell me that that's not going to give me the best results that I could possibly get, and I'm going to say that that's fine. Now eventually what I would do is upload this to YouTube. So once it's rendered, it would allow me to do that. But you can see right here, it's telling me, it's asking to store my files. It's showing me about the percentage of how fast that's rendering. So it's right now, it's 7:12. I'm going to stop. Okay, it is 7:14 and my movie has been downloaded. So at this point it would allow me to upload to YouTube, so I think I will do that just to get it going. And it's asking me, what account do I want? Sorry, that's clipping that off for you. I'm going to allow it to go into my YouTube account, and it will upload for me then. So I'm going to come back and show you more. Okay, so it says it has uploaded, and what I really should do then is go to my YouTube account so I could take a look and see what it actually has done. So this is taking me there. I'm going to go to my home, and I'm going to see my videos. So let me click on that. And it shows me this untitled project, which I can go in on YouTube and change that, right? We all know that I can do that. So I can come in and call this Eldridge Park. So I'll do that. And it says it's made with ClipChamp, and I'm happy with that. I could use this as my, it says visit Eldridge Park. And I also, instead of that being private, I'll say that it's public so we can all take a look at it. So there we'll save that just like that. And if I am to go, and here's my link, I could go straight to YouTube and watch this. So let's take a look at it. Now there's no sound on this because this was a stop action of me just capturing clouds moving one day. This was in January a couple of years ago. But you can add sound. Just know that anytime you add sound or any other effects, what is going to happen is your uploading time is going to be a lot longer.